Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we've learned more information on a double homicide that claimed the lives of a mother and a daughter. And a man accused in a deadly DUI crash in southern Kentucky is on his way to prison nearly 1 year after the crash.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. The time is now 5:33 and today's date is Monday, September 22nd. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, we have made it to the first day of fall.
We have,
and
definitely exciting.
It's kind of starting to feel like it a little bit more than those high 80s were.
Yeah, we're eventually getting there, but today's another day of those 80s, but very quickly we're going to get back down to those 70s, so definitely excited to get back to normal temperatures as we're going into our next season. Now let's talk about what you can expect for today. A little bit of a warm start to your day. Normally as you're heading out the door we look at upper 50s. However, today we're looking at a mixture of the low to mid 60s. Some folks even seeing the upper 60s this morning. 69 in Monticello, 68 in Moorhead and Pikeville. This afternoon though, still definitely going to be warmer than we're supposed to be this time of year as temperatures warm into the low to mid 80s. And we do have a little bit of some sprinkles this morning, but storm chances do pick up as we're heading into the afternoon. And another thing you need to be aware of, a little bit of fog for our far southern counties. Dense fog advisory has been issued for our Tennessee counties and most of our Virginia counties, so just drive safe as you're heading out the door. You can expect that fog to clear out by about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then the rain will be sprinkled here and there throughout the day. Again, storm chances though picking up as we head into the afternoon. Caroline.
Megan, thank you. A road in Castle County is reopened after a car fire. The Mount Vernon Fire Department responded yesterday to Lake Cumberland Road between Community Trust Bank and Dysart Way. It was closed for about an hour. The crash site is clear this morning. In Rowan County, we've learned more information on a double homicide that claimed the lives of a mother and a daughter. Police say the Rowan County Sheriff's Office were called to a home just after 10 in the morning Friday for a wellness check. That's where they found victims 37-year-old Kayla Blake and 13-year-old Kennedy McWhorter. Police say an initial investigation named 44-year-old Joshua Cottrell a suspect in the double homicide.
When you're at home, you're supposed to feel safe. You're supposed to feel comfortable in your own home, and to not have that, I couldn't imagine.
Police found Cottrell at a hospital all the way in Paducah. He was treated at that hospital, released, and arrested. He's now facing 2 charges of murder and 1 charge of tampering with physical evidence. Cottrell is being held at the McCracken County Jail. A Southern Kentucky man admitted to charges causing a man's death in a deadly DUI crash last year. Larry Stoll was also sentenced to decades in prison Friday. Police say he was intoxicated and caused the death of Chester Dick, who was riding a motorcycle. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on what happened in the Pulaski County courtroom.
Guilty.
Avoiding a jury trial, admitting to charges his actions caused a man's death.
Is that a 64-year-old man was doing nothing but driving his motorcycle up 27 and got killed for nothing more than being on the road by a person who was on a suspended DUI license.
Prosecutors say Larry Stoll's blood alcohol level was close to 3 times the legal limit when his car hit the motorcycle that Chester Dick and his fiancee were riding.
We would have taken the jury out to the scene where they would have seen that this individual was so blitzed, I guess if you're going to believe him, that he didn't know that he pushed a man nearly 3 football fields.
Larry Stoll will be serving a total of 30 years in prison, 20 years on wanton murder and 10 years on assault. He'll also serve concurrent time for the DUI-related offenses. His attorney said Stoll did not intentionally cause the crash or take Dick's life.
He wants to make sure that everybody knows he does not recall seeing the motorcycle. Explained to him nobody's accusing him of remembering or recalling any of this.
Nobody's last memory on a moment on this earth should be at the hands of a drunk driver going up 27. Nobody.
The assault charge stemmed from causing serious injuries to the passenger on the motorcycle. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Larry Stoll has remained in jail since the crash and will soon be transferred into State Department of Corrections. A Pike County man is behind bars after state police say they found thousands of dollars worth of drugs in his home. James Hardesty was arrested on Friday. Troopers say they were searching his home in the Hardy community when they found nearly 24 pounds of what they believe to be marijuana. Then they found 200 grams of fentanyl, 11,000 milligrams of liquid THC, 2,100 edible doses of THC, and 22 firearms. Mushrooms and cash were also found in the home. He's being held in the Pike County Detention Center. More than 12 people are behind bars after the September to Remember drug roundup in Laurel County. Deputies arrested at least 13 people on various charges, including trafficking meth and cocaine. This follows several months of undercover investigations. More arrests are expected. You can see a list of those arrested on our website, WYMT.com. The former mayor of London was in circuit court Friday afternoon to appeal his removal from the mayor's office. Arguments were heard from both Weddle's attorney and the city council's attorneys. Madison Carmouche was in the courtroom and has a breakdown of Friday's decision.
Former London Mayor Randall Weddle and many community members who support him were in court on Friday. While the city council's attorneys were there, the council members were not.
This court will only be acting as an appellate court and act upon the record that has been created.
Judge David Williams says there would be no new evidence, only things on the record from Mayor Weddle's impeachment hearing. One of the charges that received a lot of questioning was the mayor's approval of a mortgage involving Levi Jackson State Park.
Hey, I'm assuming you're going to have city council approval. He doesn't get city council approval, and he goes and he executes this.
We'll just look at the loan documents. It's very clear that the debt, the 372 payments, will be paid by the Tourism Commission.
Former London City Attorney Larry Bryson was fired after the appointment of interim London Mayor Tracy Handley. This led to the judge putting the city council and the interim mayor on notice.
I don't want any mass firings, changing the department heads, or any major policy decisions. They should hold that in abeyance right now until it's determined whether this mayor gets an opportunity to do his elected duty or not.
The city council's attorneys declined to comment, but both former Mayor Weddle and his attorneys say the court appearance was a step in the right direction for the City of London.
I think it's a win for the city employees. You heard what the judge said in there. They don't need to be making big decisions and firing people, because people that live here, they know what's really going on. They understand what's happening. And again, I'm just happy with where we're at.
I would have wished that he would have returned Mayor Weddle to the office that he was elected to, but I think Mayor Weddle's overarching concern in this is the city employees who are really in a moment of uncertainty.
In London, Madison Carmouche, WKYT.
The judge did not set a date for the hearing. He says he will advance to his docket as soon as he receives and reviews requested filings from both sides. The Kentucky Community and Technical College System has approved its budget for the next 2 years. In a release, KCTCS says it's requesting $238 million next year and $272 million in the 2027-28 year. The system says that's a 7% increase next year and 22% increase the year after. With the money, KCTCS says it will adjust for inflation, fund new construction projects, and boost campus security. The board will hold its next meeting on December 4th. It was a special afternoon Friday at Union Commonwealth University in Barberville. Dr. DJ Washington was inaugurated as the 20th president of the college. Washington is a Tennessee native, Union alumnus, a first-generation college student, and he's the first African-American president of the university. He was appointed in December of last year. Washington's strategic plan includes a more than $6 million revenue growth strategy and a capital campaign to restore Centennial Hall. Students from 3 Perry County high schools are taking part in this semester's Carrot Top cohort. The 10-week program brings together students of all abilities from Hazard, Perry Central, and Buckhorn high schools. They are split into teams to design a new sensory park in Hazard. Rural Project Manager Senior for UK Center of Excellence in Rural Health, Keisha Wells, says it is important to them to allow the students to take charge.
They've made it clear to the engineering team that we're working with that they want the students to have input from the ground up. It will benefit them. Like I said, it will teach them about engineering, about the built environment, will give them a voice in their community of what will work and what won't work.
At the end of the program, they will present their designs to their parents, the engineering team, and local and school leaders. With concerns mounting about AI chatbots and young users, ChatGPT is rolling out a new teen version of its app. The changes include a new age prediction system to keep kids under the age of 18 out of the standard version, and parental controls that enforce blackout hours. Mental health experts have raised red flags when it comes to the impact of AI on young people's mental health. Several lawsuits have been filed against AI companies from parents who say their children took their own lives after interactions with AI chatbots.
One of the things I tell parents to look out for is if you're noticing your child is being more socially withdrawn and spending less time with their friends than before. Another thing is that it can show up in schools, like their grades are dropping, and sometimes also if they're just appearing more shut down and spending a lot of time on their devices and with AI.
Nearly 3/4 of teens say they have talked to an AI companion in the past year. Experts say having an open conversation with your child is key to keeping them safe. Parts of our region have been without substantial rain for a number of weeks now. This is resulting in abnormally dry or drought conditions in some areas. While rain is in the forecast for this week, it isn't expected to substantially mitigate the problem until the end of the week. Officials with the National Weather Service say the drought conditions can have an impact on agriculture and bodies of water.
So we're getting a lot of reports of livestock producers having to supplement their feeding schedule by purchasing hay from elsewhere. They're having to haul in water from other places too, which is also an added expense for them.
Officials are also warning folks to be very cautious during this time when it comes to burning items outside. An all-new season of The Price is Right kicks off today on CBS with a new game. That and more in today's look of your Eye on Entertainment report.
And strong to severe storms are in the forecast for this afternoon.